Probably the best show the Fontana track has ever put on. Kyle Larson wins. We had a very interesting top 10. And once again, we are talking about rims and tires. All that and more coming up next. What's going on, everybody? If I haven't earned your subscription, hopefully today is the day I will earn your subscription. All right, I've made 2 videos previously, but we have to talk about this Kyle Larson win. If you want to get into the Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott drama, like I said, there's a video about that previous to this. It's probably the first video, so 2 videos earlier from this. But Kyle Larson wins again, and this extends the Kyle Larson era. I told you guys last year that when he won in Las Vegas, almost literally a year ago to this day, that the Kyle Larson era is beginning. Because I'm just telling you, that guy is more focused probably right now than he's ever been in his entire life. And the skill set has always been there. Now, I know a lot of people are tired of hearing about Kyle Larson after a 10-win season last year. A lot of people sort of went into that Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon mode where it's just a guy that wins too much and they're tired of hearing about him, including a popular YouTuber who called him a villain because of the move at the end of the race where he accidentally ran into his teammate and put him in the wall. I wouldn't go so far as to call him a villain. I thought that was interesting to say the least, but I think it was just a mistake at the end of the day. I don't think he walled him or threw a late block. I think he just didn't know he was there. But I've already covered that in another video. But let's look at Kyle Larson won 10 races last year. This is only the 2nd race of the season, and he's already won a race. Everybody was like, will he be dominant in this new car? And I think the answer is clearly and unequivocally, you can put this guy in just about any type of car, and he is going to figure out how to make it go fast. He has figured this new car out pretty quickly already. And he had some stiff competition, but he rode around, saved his tires, managed his tires, figured out what his car wanted and what his car liked all race. And I think this is probably the biggest thing people are going to miss out of this race. When Kyle Larson first came into the sport, he would typically start out really fast. And his cars would be really good at the beginning of a race, and he would fall off because he couldn't give that feedback to his crew chief onto how to adjust the car to make it better, especially in the Chip Ganassi days. You'd see him dominate the first half of races. But this race, he actually hung out and he figured out what the car needed or what adjustments, or he just gave the good feedback to his crew chief to make the car better. And this is the first time that I've actually seen Kyle Larson start off slow and just, not the first time, but this is one of the most obvious times that he started off slow, didn't necessarily have the speed. Like, we all thought he was going to come out and dominate this race, right? At least I did, and I think most people did. But he didn't, and he just made the car better and better and better, very Kevin Harvick-esque in a way, made the car better, and at the end of the race, he had a really fast car, fast enough to win the race with some aggressive driving. Great effort from Daniel Suarez at the very end to just make it interesting, and even Austin Dillon made a charge. Eric Jones was there. Like, everybody tried, but, you know, Kyle Larson, hard to beat when he's got decent equipment. But I thought this was a big progress step. He's actually gotten even better because now he can give feedback to his crew chief, and when he's not good, just continue to make the car better. Unfortunately, that was part of the good, and I'm going to end this with a good thing too, but the rims and tires once again took center stage, and I've already ranted and raved on the rims and tires in another video, the first video I made today, I think. So I will keep it brief here, but the rims and tires need to be fixed. It's the biggest issue. I think actually everything else with this car, aside from the transmission, has been good, specifically the clutch. But the rims and tires need to be addressed. Something needs to be done about it. I said in the other video, they need to put tow hooks on the front and the rear, just like every other sports car organization, and figure out a way to do it so you can bump draft and all that, because I know a lot of people are going to talk about that. And the other thing they need to do is put the inner liner back in the car. If you want to see what I said in detail about that, go check out the other video. But that's basically what they need to do to fix it, or just go back to the old tire, because it's not that expensive to switch out a hub in terms of NASCAR money. Like, everything's expensive in racing, but NASCAR money, just switching hubs is not going to be like end of the world type stuff. And finally, I just wanted to take a look at this top 10 and talk about this top 10 because it is an amazing top 10, and let me tell you why as we run through it. Kyle Larson, of course, winning. That is awesome. Already went over that. Austin Dillon, Eric Jones, and Daniel Suarez. Why this 2 through 4 is awesome is because of the Richard Childress Alliance. I've also already made a video about that, but it's already showing dividends, and I think alliances are the way of the future. Stuart Haas and Rick Ware Racing have an alliance, and I expect them to run just as well coming up. But 5 through 7, you've got the Ford camp. Sneaky good day for Ford. They had a lot of speed. They just never had the track position. Seemed like Joey Logano was the only guy with a long run car. Eric Almirola had that tire go down. So he probably would have had a better finish if it hadn't been for that. And Kevin Harvick does what Kevin Harvick does. He is the closer. Obviously, he dominated in that 9-win season. But every season previous to that, he has always been a guy that just shows up at the end and gets a win. And Kurt Busch waving the banner for Toyota there in 8th. Toyota had all kinds of problems today. We have no idea what kind of speed Toyota actually has, because just about every single one of their cars was overheating or popping tires or spinning or wrecking. Just a bad day for Toyota. We never know what they actually had race-wise as far as speed goes. And then Daniel Hemrick here at number 9 had an absolutely crazy day. He was running really good at first, and then he had something go wrong, I think, in the shifter linkage or something like that. But he ended up being 6 laps down at one point when I was looking at the NASCAR tracker. And he came back from 6 laps down to finish 9th. And then 10th was Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He had good speed at the beginning of the race. And then at the end of the race, they found that speed once again. And not for nothing, Cole Custer, the guy that won the Xfinity race, he finished 11th. So there was a good amount of cars and different teams in that top 10, top 11 finishing order. So I think this new car has done one thing, and that is bring parity. Now, the only thing they need to do to fix it is fix these goddamn tires and rims. All right, that is all I've got for you today. If you like the content, please feel free to subscribe down below, and I'd love to know what you thought about this race or anything you want to talk about. I try to get to as many comments as I can, so leave it down in the comment section. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.